Hello people, at last some sunshine and we'll go for a decent ride out. Oh, not got too long because I'm working today, but we'll go for a quick hour hoon about. We'll go over Rivington towards Chorley and loop back round, something like that. Nothing too spectacular, but better than watching me commuting home from work anyway. Whew. It's about 27 degrees, I think. Not ideal, but we can't complain. Hardly a cloud in the sky. I think I'll go down more to about 61. Cool off a bit. Oh, just washed the bike as well, so it's a good excuse to get out and get it all nice and dry. Got all the water blasted out of it. I've used that ACF 50 as well. I know it's not winter and all that, but it's brilliant for everything really. Your paintwork, all your black plastic, everything comes up good with it. Plus it also protects, so I suppose there's no harm in using it all year round. Just got about 26 quid I think for like a, I don't know, a litre size bottle of it off eBay, and you get like a little squirty refill thing. But to be honest, you use hardly anything. By the time you've sprayed it around the bike a little bit, you get it on the cloth, you're just basically wiping it down with a cloth most of the time, but it's not too bad. Oh, but what a lovely day. Been a really nice weekend. I've had a week off work. Uploaded a couple of videos. Me and the family went to York. We went up to Bemish as well, up to the open air museum at Bemish. Really good, recommend that. Anyone really, anyone's got family, anyone who's into, you know, that type of thing, our history, our industrial past. Brilliant, really would recommend it. Had a ball. Spend all day in there. You know, there's trams, there's buses running all the time, leap on and off them to the next stop, or you can have a stroll about. Nice, we did a bit of both, bit of on and off. Nice getting on top of one of the open air trams or the buses in this weather. Cool down a little bit, have a nice cold drink, and then get off, have a walk around the town, get back on, go to the next thing. Couple of train rides as well in there. Brilliant, really good day out. So yeah, I've had a week off work, had a couple of days in Scarborough, went to York, went to Bemish. The rest of the time was spent doing jobs that I've not gone around to doing, painting fences, bits of jobs at home. And can you believe it, this is since I came home on my bike on Friday, last Friday, had the week off, not the Friday just gone, Friday before, had the week off. This basically, it's the first time back out on bike. But we're getting a bit of a play. I've got to go to work, bank holiday Monday. So I'm running off, getting work, get my truck, off to Basingstoke, via Holywell. Got to go to Holywell first, pick my load up, travel down towards Basingstoke, park up for the night. I know, need to spare a thought for all the truck drivers who've got to sleep in the trucks tonight in this weather. Well, all week, it's terrible. And obviously all these modern trucks, they've got all the mod cons, they've got air conditioning and all that, but you think about it at night, parked up at night, you're in a tin box really with glass, sat in this. Not really ideal to leave your windows open. Even the sunroof and the windows cracked a little bit. It's not safety wise, I mean I've never ever had any problems safety wise, but just fucking flies and midgets getting. I woke up once, I parked down in Dagenham, down near the river there. Dropped my trailer in this steel yard. Probably did the worst thing you could do on a summer's night, and went and got a Chinese and a couple of beers. Had them, weren't starting till late the next day. The lads had to load my trailer, so it was going to be a late start the next day. Too hot to sleep with any quilt on or anything, just in your skids, on the bed, windows down a bit, sunroof open, woke up, been bit 17 times, and these little bastards, well they were big bastard, mozzies flying around the cab. Turn the interior light and it's just like these red bottles flying around cab with wings on, full of my blood, splatting them all day, my blood squirting out. So really it's not ideal, it really isn't. Sleeping in a truck in this weather is not ideal at all. It's not great, it's not cricket, not anything really. Well, what it is fucking red hot. You're in a tin can. But we don't have, as we all complain about, we don't have many decent days, so I ain't going to complain. I'm going to get on with it. Driving about in the day and actually doing your job. Loading, unloading, out there, taking straps, ratchets, chains off, sheets off. You know what I mean? At least you're not, it's not freezing and piss wet through. It's a nice day, so take the rough with the smooth, as they say. Anyway, forget work. I don't have to be until 3 o'clock, so I can have a bit of a play on my way, the long way around. Go on, you're alright. Well, he's in the middle of the road anyway, isn't he? This one, he might as well go. Now it can get out. What the fuck's he doing? What are you doing? Oh my god. Don't know what that was all about. It looked like they'd stalled it. Citroen French car for, what is it, 18-month-old, probably on its way out. Well, I'll tell you about my givey box. Well, my tank bag thing, I don't think you can see it. We're going to have a proper look at it. Just a little 4 litre, 3 litre, might only be a 3 litre tank lock system. Ideal though, you know. That's got like a foam pouch thing, but don't really need that unless you need a bit of a sat nav for finding somewhere, but it's only a distraction really. Just keep stopping and having a quick look if you're unsure. I don't think you really need a sat nav on a bike, do you? Go wherever the wind takes you. But yeah, it's great though, just for having, like, I've got a can of pop in it, a bottle of water, whatever you want to put in there, a bit of a Mars bar or something, especially when you're out on a day like today. It's important to keep hydrated, innit? Keep your sugar levels up, keep your concentration up. If you're bombing about, but if you're having a full day, I mean an hour like I'm going now is now, but if you're having a full day and doing, you know, 250, 300 mile out all over the place, over North Yorkshire and lakes and what have you, definitely. I know you'll be stopping obviously, but it's always nice to have it when you need it. Keep well hydrated, that's what I say on a day like today. Don't know whether you hear much when I go blasting down motorway. But yeah, give the bike a good clean. AFC, is it ACF? ACF 50, did it? Needed a clean though. It definitely needed a clean. Let's go. Two liners. They can go on motorway now, can't they? I'm pretty sure they can. He was going for it and decided against it. I'm sure someone was saying they changed. I've always said that. I've always said learners should be allowed to go on the motorway. Or maybe do different stages to it. But probably can't hear me waffling now, so I'm not going to waffle much. Yeah, look at this one. Bank holiday, innit? Everywhere's busy. Best be on the fucking guard. Right, so we'll probably go over past Rivington. I'm not going to stop. If I stop, it's only like wasting riding time. I'd rather be riding today. I've not got much time, so I'm not going to stop at Rivington. We'll just ride past. Head out towards chorley. I'll come back down A6 or something. Have a bit of a mooch, a bit of a play. Not really cooling me down at all. Just hot air, having a cool breeze. Man, I've not even got the zippers open on my jacket. That'd help, wouldn't it? Let a bit of cool air in the jacket. Tootle. First proper venture out this really on the verses. Since we've had the nice weather. There's the old Macron Stadium. Bolton managed to stay up in the championship. Quite a nerve-wracking end to that game, but we did it. We'll go down the A6 and not bother going through Harwich. Anyone else do that? Put the bike away, mirrors perfectly straight, get it out, never in the right position. I mean, I know I've been washing it and what have you. Tried to upload a decent vlog actually on the commute home from work, and it stopped. It's sort of like records in segments. I suppose all action cameras do that, but like halfway through, well, about 4 minutes into the first section, it just stopped. Obviously my voice carried on recording because I record it separately, record it on my phone, and I have to sort of like edit them both together, which sometimes is straightforward, sometimes it's not. But I suppose because you're not talking to camera, it doesn't have to be perfectly in sync, does it? But yeah, it just stopped. Well, the actual picture stopped, and then when it went obviously onto the second part of the vlog, after I think all the records in like 15-minute segments, I don't know if you can change it, but it don't matter because they do carry straight on from each other. Just to a point of putting them together, and it is, you can't do a straight SD upload. And the program I use, it puts like the name of the editing thing in the bottom corner. Now I can get rid of it by paying a subscription, or like a yearly fee, which is not that expensive, and I'm not bothered about doing that. It's just that I've got I have a few games on my phone, a few apps, a few games, so my lad, he plays on like this racing car game on it, and for whatever reason, well, it was my fault really, because if you want to purchase an app, then obviously you've got to put the passcode in. It won't just let you, you know, nobody could just get on your phone and start purchasing stuff from the app store without putting in the password. But what I didn't realise, well, I did realise, but I didn't realise that I didn't have my phone set up right, is that you can still, we'll get past him, you can still get the in-app purchases. So he's purchased a load of like coins and stuff like that for like, it's ridiculous as well, £99. Like these credits and all these shite, so you can modify your racing car. Now, he's not done it on purpose, he's just clicked it because he doesn't know how to modify anything on there. He's only 4-year-old, so he's just playing the game, you know, he's just faffing about playing the game, like. So I obviously thought I had not done that, so like you do, you get on the phone to your bank, they suggested I email the Play Store, Google, whoever it is. Anyway, they reimbursed me, they gave me my money back, or the bank did, and then they obviously got it back off them. But now I'm banned until I give them the money back, because obviously they've checked it out and realised that it has been purchased on my phone, because obviously it had, my son had done it. So now they won't let me purchase anything off the App Store. I can download free apps, free applications and what have you, but I can't purchase anything until I give them the monies, as they call it, the monies, the 99 quid. No, I'm sorry, but I ain't giving them 99 quid. So we're just going to have to put up with having the name in the bottom corner of the editor, unless I can work out another way of doing it, because I just do everything off my phone. Don't bother with, I don't know, I don't really need a laptop or anything. Mrs. has got one, but I could do everything I want to do on my phone really, so, and I'm not after uploading like epic films or anything like that, so sod it, it can stay there, the advertisement can stay in the bottom corner. Not like it's going to make much of a difference, is it? Maybe, I don't know, maybe it's annoying to some people, maybe some people don't like to see that in the bottom all the time, some writing on the bottom of the screen, but well, like I said, I can't do a lot about that unless I pay £99 to get a couple of credits to fucking soup up some crappy car on a game, which I'm not prepared to do, so sod 'em. I'd rather spend £99 on a couple of shiny bits on my bike. busy it's going to be today at the barn anyway. I know obviously Sunday's the traditional day, but I know bank holidays gets busy as well. I could have a ride on, but you stop and you got all your gear on and you're sweltering, aren't you? So I don't think I'll bother. I'll have to have a proper play about with editing this one. See how good we can get it. Thank you. Thanking you. Tell you what, this road is terrible. Not this road I'm on, the road we're about to go on in a minute, leading down towards the barn. It was terrible a couple of weeks ago. And I don't think they've done anything to it. We're going to be going too mad. One, because I'm useless, and two, because I still haven't put brake discs on yet. You still get that bit of a fluctuation under 15 miles per hour. So here we go. Oh, there's the shitty part of the road. And there, I mean, look at the state of it. Rutted and everything. Not such potholes, just big ruts. Oh, Jesus. And I've got long travel suspension on this versus quite comfortable, but it still jars you. Like we're coming along in your sports bike or something. Miserable git. We're miserable, aren't we? We're all happy today. Glorious sunshine, we're all out on our bikes, it's glorious day. Oh, what a glorious feeling, we're happy again. That's singing in the rain, isn't it? We don't want that. Okay, start singing. Start raining if I start singing. Many have probably seen this route. I know a lot of people have uploaded this route plenty of times up to Rivington and in and around the surrounding areas. I don't know, it's just nice to do a different vlog, not going out to and from work, but to see a bit of something. Like I say, I've got to be at work at 3 o'clock, so it won't be a massive tour of the Lancastrian countryside. But these things with massive fat tyres on, I suppose they're brilliant for like really soft, maybe not so much mud, but certainly really soft like sand and stuff. But they've got to be hard work on a road like this. Pedalling away, it's more drag, isn't it? Obviously you look at race bikes and like that type of thing, they've got the thinner the wheels, I suppose the faster and the less effort. They look pretty cool though, the big fat tyres on, but unless you're using it for purpose, I just think it's a bit of a waste of time. But again, What do I know? I've never ridden one. I do ride a mountain bike. Do enjoy it. Might even attach my camera to my helmet and go up and down the canal. It's actually the reason I've got this camera. It was bought for a present after I'd fell in the canal, the Manchester, what is it, Bolton Bury Manchester canal. Actually on my mountain bike, cycling down the towpath, wet, greasy day, moved over to one side, let a jogger past, he set off, and like all the cobblestones have been removed, so you got a bit of a trough in the middle of the towpath. I don't really want to ride on the edge, so I'm like sort of like riding in the middle, but then it gets all like muddy because it's raining, it's wet. You get the like the trough effect, so all the water's in the middle, so I'm trying to ride the side of it. Boom, front end went, I went, me and the bike in the canal, head first, straight down to the bottom, avoided all the old bikes and shopping trolleys and whatever else is in there, luckily. But I'll tell you what, you don't realise how high the walls are on the side of the canal. So you're in there, I mean the water was probably like chest height, just below, well, above the waist, but not quite over the nipple area. Nipple area, is it? Not quite over the nipple area, but just below. And when you look at the walls and the canal, they must be a good 7 foot, well above your head. Well above your head. Well, that didn't sound very good, did it? Well, you were breaking there then. Well, if the mic picked that up, but it was like grinding sound that. But yeah, so I ended up in it, chucked the bike out, that was my first thought, my bike. Then I tried one scramble up the wall of the canal, didn't make it. And then thought, shit, my phone, I had a Samsung S5 at the time, or S4, S5, I don't know. The thing is like the first waterproof one they brought out anyway. And then I thought, shit, my phone. So I scrambled out then quick, then realised, hang on, it's waterproof anyway, but well, at least it made me scramble out of the... At least it made me scramble out. Oh, it was embarrassing though, it was wet through. Oh, never mind. Got back home, my hair was full of fucking green algae. Bottom of my waterproofs was still full of water. My trainers were full of water. So that was it. My family decided you need an action camera on your helmet, but it was for my mountain bike, not for my motorbike. I've had it for, I don't know, a few years. I've had it longer than I've had the bike. But you know, I thought, well, I'm safe, you know. I only crash into canals on two wheels, so we'll progress from the mountain bike and get a motorbike again, and then, oops, and then see how we get on. Right itch on the end of my nose. Scratchy, scratchy, scratchy. Barlow trailers. Pigs on board. Pigs on board. Oh, I don't want to go and work, I just want to stay out, head for the coast. Tell you what, I was surprised with Scarborough. I said I had a couple of days over in Scarborough and what have you. I was surprised how nice it was. I mean, obviously, weather, it's all about the weather, innit, but I really was surprised. Some nice little seaside resorts, Scarboroughs. Just a small Blackpool really, but ooh, no, reversing really. No reverse lights on the trailer, that's good. Seen the reverse lights on the back of his pickup thing, but there's no reverse lights on his trailer. It'd be an MOT failure, that surely. I think it is now anyway. I think it's part of the new, what's it? Check your reverse lights. You should have at least have one, shouldn't you? Should at least have something, so someone knows you're fucking backing it up. Well, Budweiser, that's the way forward. Create a Budweiser. Well, it's definitely the way forward. Could sink a couple of them now. Oh, yeah. I hope there's no pigs on board there. They're getting a bit of a bashing about, aren't they? Oh, it's got to be empty, that. You'd hope so, anyway. Let's go this way. Hook is staying behind that all day. This is a nice view up here. Usually see like Blackpool Tower, you might not be able to pick it up being a bit hazy, but you certainly won't be able to pick it up on this camera anyway. But it's a nice view. Over there. Isn't it nice? So a quick look. Don't stay here for too long annoying anyone. Just have a look at the view. Nice water. Can we see Blackpool Tower? I can't even see it. So you won't see it on the... You definitely won't see it on the camera. Horsey, horsey, don't you? Lots of horses. It's alright. Welcome. Could turn it off really, can I? It's alright. It's alright. Welcome. Welcome. Alright, you're welcome. Enough of them, weren't there? Well, probably out training and riding. Always better to stop. Not really quiet on takeover. So, can't just like sort of crawl past them. We get a bit skittish, don't we, horses? The motorbike, loud exhaust. Certainly get skittish with the truck. You pass them in my truck, they get skittish. It's me being paranoid, but someone don't see right at that back end. We're oiling the chain before, and I got some of it on the rear tyre, like a schoolboy error mistake. And I've washed it off, obviously, best I can, but still don't seem right. On me just being paranoid. Feel like in my past, looks like it. There you go. From the other side, must have died a found. Why am I singing that crap? One of them songs, it's probably the last song I've heard on radio or something. Wax on, wax off. Morning. Everybody coming round there with them bikes again. Look at that. That's nice, isn't it? Could dive in there, couldn't you, in a day like today? Cool off. Stone in the middle of the road. Come on, bird, I'll race you. Come on, love. Got his hand in an inappropriate place there, hasn't he? Well, I suppose if it's his wife, it's very inappropriate. None of my business. Who's your father? Always horse boxes were in there. I've done that before. Not on the bike, but in the car. Little round one of these bang horse boxes coming towards you. I think they go in that farm there. That's probably where all them horses came from that we've just passed. Or they've just passed us. All of us. Come past all of us, you know. It wasn't just me. You as well. Where to, miss? Where we go? Yeah, we go chopping. We're gonna have to. Stop singing that shitey song. Just stuck in my head all day, like me, all day long. Well, at least you've got to see a bit of something different. So we should be sat outside a pub. Only place to be. I think we're going through Wigan. We went to work through Wigan, I think that's what we'll do. That'll be something different. Getting the yard, it's already all hooked up to the trailer, straight over. Get my load on. Get down the road a bit. Lovely chorley. Chorley, I said chorley. Even chorley, son. Chorley for some chorley cake. Chorley cake, ooh. Almost as good as Eccles cake, but not as good. Eccles cake's better. Warm Eccles cake or chorley cake, bit of best butter on. Can't beat it. Nice and fresh. Lovely. With a cup of tea. Cup of tea. Ooh. Ooh. Naughty, naughty. Going this way, yeah, let's go this way. No, we're not going this way. Let's not go this way. We're not going down the motorway, so let's not go that way. Edit this bit out, yeah. Let's edit this bit out. Adam, the truck driver, gets lost in Chorley. The end. Should we just blast out more? No. We'll go A6 at least. going back, Charlie? If you get your cake? Yeah. My brother used to live in Charlotte. Now he lives in Blackrod. Southport, that's where we should be going. Southport and the coast and beyond. Beyond, lad, are you going swimming? So I'm thirsty already. Could do with stopping and swigging that can of pop, but I can't be bothered. Currys and PC World. Everything's, I know they've been together for a long time, but it's Sainsbury's and Argos. Now it's Sainsbury's, Argos and Asda. Everything's just merging together, isn't it? Monopolising. Tesco will have to merge with someone now. It's Sainsbury's, not Sainsbury's, Morrison's or something. They'll have to follow suit, won't they? Do they need to? Is it just a case of like one bailing the other one out? I think like the owner, like the big boss, big MD of Sainsbury's, sort of like tweeted something like "we're in the money," which seemed a bit strange. But anyway, let's not get into the politics of that. Look at that. Beautiful, isn't it? Blue skies. Well, reading the weather report yesterday, and it says we're going to have this weather really through till August. Obviously, minus a sprinkling of showers here and there, but that would be nice, wouldn't it? Have this right through summer. Had a miserable long winter anyway, so deserve something decent. And that's a Morrison's there. Knocked a mill down, built the Morrisons and kept the old chimney. I mean, that's what they should do. That's a nice chimney, that. Nice ornate chimney. Not a very big one, but still looks nice. Still keeps that bit of heritage, still keeps that bit of our industrial past. We just go straight down A6 and don't want to end up late for work. Get shouted at. Time I put my bike away and got all my gear off. Got in my truck. Should be about 3 o'clock anyway. Well yeah, bike's all nice and clean, nice and dry. Put it away, it's nice and safe at work. gated, you see. 24 hours a day. Gated, can't get in or out unless security lets you in and out. It's also, the bike's locked away as well. So they're safe. Lads that come to work on the bikes, they know the bikes are safe, which is always a good thing this day and age. Nice ice cream shop up here, Frederick's. Now that would go down well now, nice ice cream. Jesus Christ, that road was bad. I mean, just that segment there to the lights, it surely to fuck won't take much. I've not sworn much on this vlog, so I'm trying not to swear. I'll have to bleep that one out. I have to get a bleeper. Beep, beep, electric shock on my neck. Thou shalt not swear. There's a massive queue though here, I tell you what. Take me till 3 o'clock, probably get an ice cream with this queue here. Always a big queue here, no matter what. And weather like this, even more so. Don't want to hoon off. We watch for kids and stuff running out on the road. Get stared to it, all queuing for an ice cream. Let's make some money. Be careful of kids stepping out, all excited with their ice creams in between these parked cars as well. Something that always sticks with you, innit? You know, like, come down here a few times on my test and, you know, you sort of like, you get that feeling that you're observing, and boom, someone steps out. Not on my test, on one of my lessons. It never goes, never, I mean, obviously, no danger of hitting him or anything, but it's just sticks with you, doesn't it? Always sticks with you, something like that. And so it should. Should be always mindful of things like that. But dare say most of us are. It's alright having your fun, I mean, that's why we ride bikes. You know what I mean? I'm not saying we all ride bikes to go, but I mean, you know, you ride a bike, you have your fun when you can, and you be sensible when you can, and hopefully that keeps you safe, keeps everybody else safe. But you know what I mean, hooning off from them lights. Alright, you know, everyone's in the queue, people are holding the kids' hands, but you know, someone's stepping out from a car, they're all excited, they want to run over the road and get an ice cream, chasing their little brother or sister, I'm getting their first bump out in road. There's a bike coming down, bang, not good, everyone's life ruined. But can't all think like that, can we? Just got to be mindful of it when we're out, that's all, just got to be mindful of it. For sale, 2 push bikes. Right, nice Harley. Done something to my wrist. The wrist of my right arm. Before you say it, no, it's not a repetitive strain disorder from pleasuring myself. It could be, but I don't think it is. I don't know what it is, to be honest. It's one of them things, isn't it? When you're working and doing what have you never really get that chance to wheel properly. And even when I was off, you know, I'm painting fences, I'm using a paint spray gun on the fences, and it's giving your wrist a right good workout. And then at the end of the day, it's fucking aching like mad again. That all seems a bit same with like wrist and like finger injuries, hand injuries and stuff. As you're using them all the time for work and riding your bike and driving and everything you do. Always seem a long time for that damage to heal, whatever it is you've done to it. More paracetamol, that'll cure it. Sometimes I think in summer should I put like my small screen back on, get a bit more wind on you, kill you down a bit more, because we don't have the best of summers. But you're going to be guaranteed, like, you know, at least 12 weeks or so of days like this with hardly any rain, and yeah, it'd be worth doing it. But you get a week like this, then you get 2 weeks of rain, so it's great protection when it's raining. Got a nice small screen, the original screen the bike came with. Oh, that'd be brilliant, wouldn't it? A day like today. I suppose that's probably why a lot of these like adventure bikes and tourers and stuff come with electric screens now, so you can adjust them. It's not just for different rider heights, I suppose it is for weather. When you got a nice day like today, you want to feel a bit of breeze on you, don't you? Look at that view, Winter Hill again. Not ideal at 50 miles per hour, officer. Trike coming up here. It's like a home built type thing. A load of trikes in Scarborough. Not a lot going on. They all had like them lifeboat stickers, so, well, presuming then, put two and two together. If they all had the lifeboat stickers, it's probably it. Maybe some sort of ride out for them for the lifeboats, fundraising. But it was mainly trikes, big like what's it trikes, big Goldwing trikes and stuff, and bikes as well, but hell of a lot of trikes, hell of a lot of trikes, some really lovely bikes, lovely trikes. Should have got a picture of a couple of them actually. Me and my son were looking at them, but I never got any pictures. Could have stuck them up, couldn't I, on the back of this upload or something. But yeah, must have been 30 Goldwing trikes, and then obviously normal Goldwings, a lot of normal bikes, other trikes, some stunning bikes. Don't know about all that cleaning and polishing though. Time again, like anything in life, you got the time. Sit in a garage cleaning. Been brilliant if you haven't. I suppose having a bike like that with all that chrome and all that flashy paintwork and stuff to polish just becomes a chore, doesn't it? Pain when you've not got time to do it. Nothing but I like cleaning my bike. I like polishing my car. I used to love polishing my cars. When I owned classic cars, I owned a couple of like RS turbos, like fast forwards. I had a Mark II Golf GTI. I just found it quite, like, I don't know, satisfying cleaning it and polishing it and then going out for driving it on a day like today. But again, I had more time then. And the other thing is, once you've done all that, you know, if you'd spent 2 or 3 hours in the morning cleaning it, you get all the family in it and go out for a ride, go to a course or something, and at least they're enjoying the day as well. Not just you spending 2 or 3 hours cleaning your bike and then, alright, see you later love, see you later kids, I'm going for a ride about. We've all got to work for a living, we've all got family, we've all got commitments. Not just me, I'm just going to whine on about it. But it's difficult. Difficult when you're doing 5.5, 6 days a week and spending, you know, 4 and 5 nights sleeping out in a truck. To come home then and spend and be selfish and spend so much time doing what you want to do. Difficult. There needs to be a work-life balance. That's what it needs to be, but so when you've got a young family, you're the breadwinner, you got to go out and do it. As the kids get older, you get a bit more time, hopefully. The little life stealers. So they are children, aren't they? Oh, aren't they beautiful? Aren't they sweet? And oh, they are. Don't get me wrong, they are. They're the best thing ever. They really are. But you do sacrifice a lot to have children, but they give you a lot as well. They really do. Heart attack and an early grave is one of the things they give you. But they give you some good times on the way to that. No, they do. They do when you see them grow up. You see them maturing to, you know, just, it's good, nice. Nice to know you've had that input. But kids of today, we're talking about it on my vlog. They didn't work out, the one that I said that for whatever reason it froze and didn't play. Don't know if something to do with SD card or what have you, but hopefully this one doesn't do the same. But yeah, we're talking about like our generation, or maybe not our generation, but my children's generation. It's just different to what we were. And regarding like, you know, I work hard, like I've just been mentioning then, working 6 days a week, to give my kids what I never had. And I suppose most of us do that. And I don't know, is it a good thing, is it a bad thing? I know, I don't think my kids appreciate what they have. I don't think my kids are sort of like grateful for what they get. I think they just, I don't know, they don't appreciate the little things, they don't appreciate the cost of things, they don't value the cost of things. You know, like my daughter for instance, she went for iPhone screens at one time like they were going out of fashion. I was sat there every weekend with big lights on, put big lights on, love, little tiny screwdrivers, fitting screens to iPhones at £20 a time for a screen. And alright, you can argue the fact that yeah, but you're buying a cheap screen so it might only need a bit of a knock and it'll break. But I've never broke a phone screen, because you look after your stuff and you respect it. But when they break it and they know they get it replaced, and it's just a case of, oh yeah, my dad will come home and he'll order one and then it'll come in post, and then when he gets home at weekend he's put me a new screen in. Honestly, I'm not kidding you, I think I did 4 in the space of as many months, and it just wound me up to death. Because it's like, you're not giving a fuck to do that. You can't be giving a fuck, really. But it's an hard one, isn't it? Because you turn around and say, well, no, I'm not replacing it, so you haven't got an iPhone. And that's, you know, they would, like we used to do, home from school, boom, changed, throw your team down your neck, grab your bike out at shed and out, straight round for your mates knocking on his door, out on your bikes, till whatever time you had to be in, and that was you. And you know, I could turn around, I don't want to like sound like I'm too old, but obviously we didn't have phones and all that. But it's like they were having an argument about if you're on Twitter you're ancient at that, or you're a geek, or you're not with it, you got to be on Facebook, or you've got to be on this, or you've got to be on that. I mean, what really does it matter what social network? I've never really bought into on that. I'm not on any of that. Yeah, I use my phone for everything. My phone is everything. I watch my films, I do all my uploading on YouTube, read the news, watch telly, use it for all my banking. My phone does everything. Without my phone, I do feel lost. I'm not trying to make out that I don't. I mean, if I lost my phone now, I'd be screwed, because everything is on there. And I get, But that's why I look after it, because I've got to replace that phone. If it breaks, I have to do, because you can't really be without one. Especially doing my, I mean, people will be saying, oh yeah, you can, but not doing my job, because I'm away from everything. I haven't, you know, I haven't got my telly that I've got at home. I haven't got all my, you know, subscriptions to Sky TV. You know, I can't go online apart from on my phone to check my bank, to do, you know, because no one writes checks anymore, you know. I don't have a lot of time to go shopping, so if I need something for my bike, for the car, for the house, for whatever, I order it, and then it comes during the week, and then when I get back I fit it, you know, whatever it is. Even clothes these days, you know, nobody's got that much time anymore, so everything's either ordered on the internet, or, you know, you're transferring money, you're paying bills, it's all through your phone. So I need that phone. So to me, I look after it and I make sure it's got its cover on it, you know, it's safe, it's in my pocket, it's safe when it's in my truck, it's not going to get nicked, I'm not going to drop it. Probably drop it now and break it off your bike, bang, drop it and break it. But you know what I mean, you try your best to look after it. But you know what I mean, to break that many screens on a phone, then you're obviously not looking after it, and that's probably the point I'm trying to make. We've given everything we wanted, given what we didn't have, because I think we've all got a little bit more. I'm not saying, you know, we've all got a lot of money, not a chance, we've not, but I think as for like working class people, I think working class people have got a little bit more money in their pockets now than what our parents have. Whether it's more money in your pocket or whether it's more money available, i.e. credit cards and whatever else, where you can go out and get, you know, yourself or your kids something that they need and then pay it on the never and all that crap. But, or, you know, you generally can save a bit up and do whatever, you know what I mean. I just feel that I certainly have more money than my mum had, bringing up 3 boys, and I'm bringing up 2 boys and a girl. Obviously my missus stays at home. Well, she's going to be working once my youngest is in school, but I always wanted her to be at home with the kids, because I just think that's the best thing for the kids. But again, you're doing what's best for your kids, and I know that's what it's all about, but does it do them any good? Because, you know, I know most families probably go through this, but you take them somewhere and you just sometimes is so ungrateful. You've given them a nice day out, given them this, that and the other, and then they're crying for something that's just so pathetic. You'll round the day off with a nice meal in a pub, and they'll have them crappy little machines, and where you put a pound in and you turn it and you get a ball out and it'll have some crap in it, and they're crying for one. And it might be, you know, we've put all the loose change that we had in the arcade at Southport or wherever we've been. I've no loose change. I'm putting this meal on my card because, you know, it's been an expensive weekend. I'm putting this meal on my card. I've no cash on me. You know, you're not having one. And then, you know, there's tears, there's tantrums. And for what? Because I've bought them before. They don't see the outside the pub. Or they'll take them out, they'll put them in car. And by the time you get home, they just don't floor it car. Do you want this? Just carry it in. And I said to my daughter, I said, I'll tell you what we'll do. When we get home, if you can find me one of these toys that we've got out of one of these machines from one of these pubs over the years, if you can find me one, when we get in, and say, there you go, Dad, I got that out at Red Lion or whatever, then I will buy you one every time we go in a pub. And she's just smirking it back at car, because she knows damn well it's just want for wanting's sake, and it just winds me up, because I do buy them everything. They have got phones, tablet things or whatever, you know, they have had laptops, and sorry, ignorant then, didn't let on to him. And so it's two things, isn't it? It's the world we live in, because they've got to have all that, and it's the world we live in because the way I grew up and the things I got up to, you know, getting in old mills, you know, we used to mess about in Kersley Power Station, we used to mess about on railway lines in Windies, you know, we used to build dens. I'd tell my mum I was sleeping at my mate's, he'd tell his mum he was sleeping at my house, blah blah blah, you know the scripts. who would be sleeping in some den. You know, and we'd have a penknife, we'd have a little pellet gun, we'd have all them things. We were, you know, playing knifey, making, you know, sharpening sticks, making boring arrows, making Chinese arrows. Remember them Chinese arrows? You'd nick a in back garden and nick a cane out your mum and dad's best plant, or better still neighbour's plant. Lean over the fence or both, get a cane out, and you'd get the cane when he's like in wicker cane things out at plant, and then you'd nick flights of I mean, you could do it. We used to do it like with playing cards originally, but then we got a bit more technical and started nicking flights of your dad's darts. Dad's like that on a Tuesday night, going out playing at darts league. Gene, where's me darts? Where's me dart flies? Bloody darts written all flies. Them bloody kids. Oh, you two, where's me bloody fly? What? I've not seen them. I can tell you lie in your mouth's opening. Dad, I've not had them. You bloody have. They were here last time when I put them down. I've not used them. Your mother's certainly not had them. Stood there with Chinese arrow behind your back there, making them bloody arrows. And then he goes for put his boots on. Where's my bloody shoelaces gone? Use shoelace for the other end of it. I don't know if you remember them, but you'd like sort of like slice the end of it, like make a cross in it and slice it down and slide the flights down, like obviously like you'd have on end of a dart, that cross shape, so that you slide them down, bit of cotton, wrap it round in between, then slide another one down, wrap some cotton in between, slide next one down, tie it off at end with cotton, hold it all together, and then on end you'd either like screw a washer on or the end off the dart, screw that on, tape that on or whatever, and then you get a shoelace, wrap it round it as many times as you could, and then hold it in your hand and then throw it like a javelin, but keep hold of the shoelace and proper fling it. I'll tell you what, you could nearly get a football pitch length with them if you made a good one. Brilliant Chinese arrows. But that's what I'd want for my lad. I mean, obviously girls, they did different things, and my lad's only just coming up to 4, but I'd love all that for him. You know, going out. I mean, imagine him, like kids today now, they have knives for different reasons, don't they? You hear about all these stabbings and all that, and you get stopped with police with a knife and that's it. I mean, I got arrested at 16 for possession of an offensive weapon, little tiny pen knife. But as a kid, we used to knock about with them all the time, younger, you know. Even primary school age, I used to have a knife. And it weren't for nothing malicious. They were playing knifes. They were making, you know, sharpening sticks, making Chinese arrows, making boring arrows. Just generally messing about. You always needed your pocket knife, Swiss Army knife, whatever it were, that you had for messing about with. And now, obviously, carrying knives is a totally different thing. We used to have slingshots, poggies, as we used to call them, poggies. Said that to my mate once, poggies. What the fucking hell are poggies? Never heard of it. One of them that Dennis the Menace used to have. You mean a slingshot? Wembley Tempest. But you know what I mean, like a pellet gun, gat gun type thing. And that's what we used to do, dick about. Fishing, we used to go fishing. We used to keep all my fishing tackle in my mate's shed. I'd get up at like 2:30 in the morning, walk down to his house 3 in the morning, we'd set off, well, we'd probably be getting on the canal for like first light, 3, quarter to 4. By the time you've set up and you got your floating water, it was light, you know, summer's day, early morning, then just fish all day from 4 in the morning till God knows what time, 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, go home and get your teeth. Take a flask of soup, flask of chicken soup with some bread. And how thick it used to go, and you used to pour it out, it was just a blob out, but oh, very good. Some pop, and just sit there fishing all day, but it's like, would you let your kids do that now in this day and age? Would you let your kids do that? Obviously. You probably wouldn't. You'd be devastated if they were like roughing it like we used to do, sleeping out in our dens, and you're supposed to be, I'm supposed to be at my mate's, he's supposed to be at my house. And I mean, my daughters have never done anything like that, never really been ones for like going out, getting out much. And again, is that us as parents? Is it society? Is it the fact that they can just communicate to each other through texting and social media and all this? You know, they're not going out on bikes and making dens and all that, but I want that for my son. You know, maybe I'll just take him doing stuff like camping and picking about. I mean, we used to make rafts on River Irwell. Swimming in mill lodges and all that. That's what you used to do. Jumping over the canal. Skiing on it, skating on it and messing about on it when it was frozen. I don't know, it's all like dangerous and stuff like that. But it was all part of growing up, wasn't it? Everybody, you know, the older lads kept the younger lads safe. They looked out for them. And then as you got older, you looked out for the younger ones in the group. And that's how it went on, and everyone had each other's back. And it were good. I don't know, I just thought it was a brilliant way to grow up. Never had nothing, but never really knew it, never really missed it because we never had it. If I you know, had to take all that away from my kids now, if something happened, God forbid, and I couldn't work, you know, and all that, I couldn't afford that anymore for my kids, I didn't know what to do. But because we didn't have, we wouldn't have missed it. Yeah, you know, we had the odd thing, I'd hand-me-down bikes and what have you, and you know, stuff like that. I think everyone had a push bike. And as I got a bit older and started doing bits of jobs and working and doing bits of stuff, it was like an early teenager. I did have a motorbike, but they were bits of crap, but what they were, you know what I mean. But as well, and that's the other thing, you knew you had to go out and graft. I knew as soon as I was old enough to earn money, whether it be paper rounds, bob a job, you know, doing gardening, going around, you know, going around cutting hedges and cutting lawns and stuff like that, and washing cars just to earn that bit of money. You wanted to save up for a poggy, or you wanted to save up for gut slaters in Farnworth. Come on, let's gut slaters, and I want that Wembley Tempest. Never could afford it, always ended up with a cheap gat gun thing, cheap pellet gun, but you saved up for it and it was yours, and you eventually got it, and you eventually thought, right, you looked after it, you had a laugh with it, and you know, you'd walk all the way. It was a good fair walk from where we lived in Stonecliff up to Farnworth, get some pellets, then you go shooting on bats and all that, and just be brilliant, just be what life was all about, what growing up was all about. But kids grow up differently now, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I don't think it's a good thing, but I'm not saying it's a bad thing with technology, because I think, you know, I use technology myself, and the way technology has moved on, cars, bikes and everything else is brilliant, and they do need that. I'm not one for saying, no, you're not going on an iPad, you're not going on a computer, you're getting an hour a day on it and all this, because they need that. Everything is going that way now. And if you're not computer literate, if you can't use that type of stuff, everything's touchscreen, if you can't use that, then you ain't going to go far in this world. I suppose when we were, I think that's the big main thing in Britain now, is like computers and stuff like that. All that industrial shite and hands-on. Well, not shite, saying it's shite, I loved all the industrial stuff, but what I'm saying is, that's all gone now. Or certainly going, there's not much of it left. So a lot of it is, it's offices. It's all people in offices, on computers, on receptions, in call centres and that type of thing, and that's where a lot of Britain's workforce is now. So that's why I wouldn't begrudge my kids having it. I just don't know, I don't think the respect is there like it used to be. But anyway, I'm at work now, so I've finished my ramble and my rant. I'm gonna free charity wash. I'm gonna wash my bike. Anyway, I'm gonna stay safe, ride safe, be good, enjoy the sunshine, and I'll catch you in the next vlog.